Hello! In this video, we're going to take a look at the modal ontological argument. This argument has a reputation of being overly complicated and hard to understand. But I don't think the argument really is all that complicated. And I'm going to try to prove it by explaining the whole argument using only one-syllable words, starting now. There are facts that are true. 2 plus 2 is 4 is a true fact, Jim has long hair is a true fact, and so on. Let's write down all the facts that are true. We will sort all these facts and put them in two shapes. The facts that must be true go in the left shape. The facts that are true but could be false go in the shape on the right. I will now make a noise as I sort these shapes. Fwish! Let us now look at which facts are in which shapes. 2 plus 2 is 4 is a fact which must be true. No one in the whole world could make 2 plus 2 is 4 false. So it goes in the shape on the left. Jim has long hair is a true fact too. But Jim could cut his hair and make it false. So Jim has long hair goes in the shape on the right. You could think of more facts and find which shape they go in as well. Like all cats are cats. This is true and it could not have been false. So it goes in the shape on the left. There are cats is true, but could be false if all cats died, so it goes in the shape on the right, and so on. We live in the real world. But we can think of a made-up world too, a world that could have been the real world and yet is not the real world. In a made-up world, the facts which are true won't be the same. We can think of a world where Jim cut his hair, there are no cats, and so on. So when I say world here, I mean the real world, or a made-up world that could have been the real world. Let's look at the facts which are true in some made-up world. We will do the same thing and sort the facts and put them in two shapes to see how they turn out. Fwish! You can see that the shape on the right has changed and holds a new set of facts, but the shape on the left still looks the same, since these are the facts that must be true. This makes sense. 2 plus 2 is 4 if Jim cut his hair, and 2 plus 2 is still 4 if Jim did not cut his hair. This kind of thing is true for all worlds. They will all have the same shape on the left, but not the same shape on the right. Now for the good part. Is there a world where there is a God is a true fact? Let's say for now that yes, there is a world where there is a God is a true fact. But which shape would this fact go in? The shape on the left or the shape on the right? Well, the word God here means the most good thing that there could be. And it seems way more good to live in the shape on the left than the shape on the right. So, there is a God goes in the shape on the left. But we showed that all worlds will share the same left shape. So if there is a God is in the left shape of one world, then it is in the left shape of our world, the real world, too. So there is a God. Thus, we can go from there is a God in one world, a made-up world, to there is a God in the real world. But why think there is a God is true in some world? As I said, a world is more than just a thing we can make up. It is a thing that we can make up that could have been the real world. So what if in all the worlds that could have been the real world, there is no God? Well, some guys try to make their friends think there is a God in some world in a bad way. They say, "Look here, sir, it's not a big deal to say X is true in some world. It's just a big deal to say X is true in the real world. I could say, pink-winged cows that breathe fire are in some world, and that's not a big deal. It is just a big deal to say that there are pink-winged cows that breathe fire in the real world. Now, sir, do you think that there is a God in some world? I don't know. Well, it's not a big deal to say yes, since this is just a world that could have been true. Oh, well, if it's not a big deal, then I say sure, there's a God in some world. Ha! Based on what the word God means, you must say that there is a God in the real world too. You are dumb. Ha! Don't be like that guy. That is a bad way to get a dude to think there is a God in some world. Most of the time, it is not a big deal to say that X is true in some world, but that's since most of the time, that X is a fact that goes in the shape on the right. If X is a fact that goes in the shape on the left, then it is a big deal to say that X is true in some world. The right way to get a guy to think that there is a God in some world is with tools. We find tools that let us look in worlds and see what is true in them. Some of these tools may tell us that there is a God in some world. A tool I like is, if X ought to be true, then X is true in some world. Like, if I ought to help you, then there is some world where I do help you. You may think that this is a good tool, but it tells us that if there ought to be a God, then there is a God in some world. But in that world, he lives in the shape on the left, and so there is a God in the real world too. You could see then that this proof for God does not prove that God is real on its own, but it still lets us jump from this or that tool to the fact that God is real. Some guys, though, like tools that say that there are worlds that have no God in them. This is bad, since if there is a world with no God in it, then that means that in that world, the shape on the left has no God in it. Since all worlds share the same shape on the left, then no world has a God in it. So right now, we have this kind of fight. Which tools are the best to find the truth in worlds? And what do these tools say? Do they show that the shape on the left has a God in it or not? This fight still goes on to this day. And smart guys come up with new tools all the time, which we then need to look at. So this is not a closed case. I still think that the best tools show us that there is a God. But you can look at the tools too and make up your own mind. That's the end of this thing that you watch on a screen. Thank you for your time where you looked at it. Please press the thing which lets you know when I make more stuff, or help me through that site that lets you give me a small gift each month if you like the stuff that I do. Yeah, that works. Bye.